Off we go with 10 marks for straight lines and a challenge. So question 1. Write down the equation of a straight line that's parallel to y equals 5x plus 6. Nice and straightforward. We know that straight lines are y equals mx plus c. That bit there, the m is the gradient. And if lines are parallel, that means they've got the same gradient. So we need the same number for m. So our answer is going to be y equals 5x, because there's a 5 here. That's the important bit. And it doesn't really matter what we put on the end. Let's put plus a million, I think. 5, 6, there we go. Now, part B. Find the equation of the line which is perpendicular, that's an important word, to the line y equals 5x plus 6, and passes through this point. So first of all, we'll talk about the perpendicular bit. So the gradient here is 5. So the perpendicular gradient is the negative reciprocal. So it's negative 1 over 5. And it's as simple as that. Whatever this is, switch the sign and turn it upside down. So that's our gradient of our line. So we know that we've got y equals minus 1/5 x plus something. And now we've got to get the something, and that comes from the point. So this point here is two values. It's an x value, which is minus 2, and a y value, which is 5. And I'm just going to substitute them in. So I've got 5 is equal to minus 1/5 times minus 2 plus c. And you can see I'm a little bit squashed in for space here. So we've got 5 is equal to minus times a minus, so positive 2/5 plus c. And now I'm going to subtract that across, so c is equal to 5 minus 2/5. 5 is 25/5. And if we take away 2/5, you're left with, that's supposed to be a takeaway, isn't it? You're left with 23, aren't you? 23/5. So our answer is y equals minus 1/5 x plus 23/5. Job done. On the grid, draw the graph of y equals 5x plus 1. Now, you can do this with a table. Put an x and a y and a 0, 1, 2, 3, and then fill it in using the formula, which is fine. But if you're doing the higher paper, and in fact anyone really, you should be trying to understand this and use your understanding of this equation to help you draw the graph quickly. So first of all, this number here is called the Y-intercept, and that's where it crosses the y-axis. So we start by putting a cross there. There it is, 1. And then this number here is the gradient. So when you go along 1, you go up 5. So what that means is when it goes from 0 to 1, it's going to go up from 1, it's going to go up to 6, it's gone up 5. So along 1, that's 1, up 5. And then it's going to go along 1 and up 5, which means it's going to be on, you've guessed it, 11. Across there. And then it's going to go along 1, up 5, so it's going to be on 16, and so on. And we can put one in down here as well, can't we? And then you get your ruler, and this is where this is going to be slightly embarrassing because I haven't figured out how to get a ruler on this thing. Whoosh, there we are, missed that one. Missed that one as well. And that one. It's not looking good, is it? Let's see if we can get the last one. And yes, we've got it. And off the end. One of the marks depends on you drawing the line. Obviously you'll draw it with a ruler and it'll be perfect. So the line's important, and make sure it goes to the edges of the graph. Particularly important that because they have said just here from -1 to 3. So if your line doesn't go to 3 or to -1, then you won't get all the marks. Now, which of the following is an equation of a line parallel? So remember what parallel means? Parallel means same gradient. And this line here, the gradient is the 5, not the 5x, the 5. Gradient is 5. So I'm just going to look through here to see which one has got a gradient of 5. Y equals, not that one because y equals 1x plus 1, so that's got a gradient of 1. It's got a 5 in it, this one, but it's not in the form y equals mx plus c. It's got a number in front of there, so I'm going to leave that for the moment. This one here, y, it's got a 5x, but it's not y equals something x plus c. So it's not that one necessarily. And not this one, because this one's got not in the right form, and not this one either. So what's the problem? Well, we might have to do some rearranging here. So first of all, I'm going to try and rearrange this one. So to get the y on its own, I'm going to divide by 5. So that one will become y is equal to x divided by 5 plus 1 divided by 5. So not that one. This one, well, the 5x is on the wrong side of the equal sign, so I'd subtract it. So I'd have y is equal to minus 5x plus 3. Not that one. Okay, how about this one? Subtract, we'd add the 5x over, so we'd have 5x minus 1, so it's this one here. So it's D. Find the equation of the line which is perpendicular to y equals 5x plus 1 and passes through the point 0, 0. So gradient equals 5, so the perpendicular gradient is minus a negative reciprocal, so minus a fifth. So it's y is equal to minus a fifth x. And we've got our plus c, but you can see there it crosses the y-axis at 0, so it's plus 0. Finally, the challenge question. Here, that one, and they meet at the point P. And it says find an equation of the line which is perpendicular to this line which passes through the point P. So our first question is where's Wally? No, seriously though, where's point P? Well, we need to find where the lines meet, so we solve simultaneously. Now, we could do this two ways. We could write them above one another, like this. And y is equal to 4x plus 2, and then you could multiply the top one by 2 and so on. Or you could notice they both equal y, and so you can substitute. So the first one, 2x plus 3 equals y, but y equals 4x plus 2. So I can solve this, so I'm subtract 2x from both sides. And then subtract 2 from both sides. And then divide by 2. So x is a half. And then substitute back in. So I'm going to substitute into the first one, y equals 2x plus 3. So y is equal to 2 times a half plus 3. 2 times a half is 1, 1 plus 3 is 4. So point P is a half, 4. Now that's not the answer to the question, is it? We want the equation of the line which is perpendicular. So the gradient of this line is 2. So the perpendicular gradient is the negative reciprocal, minus 1 over 2. So what that means is we can say that y equals minus a half x plus c, and to get the c we substitute these points in. So we substitute y is 4, and it's minus a half times x, which is a half, plus c. So 4 is equal to minus a quarter plus c. So c is equal to 4 plus a quarter, which is 4 1/4, or 16 over 4, isn't it? 16 over 4 plus a quarter, which is 17 over 4. So the answer is y equals minus a half x plus 17 over 4. There we go. Have a good day, evening, morning, whatever it is that you're listening to this, and we'll be back with some more.